I will just give you the mic.
Okay, so my presentation is about calling flying 260 degrees because it's about all the art of flying which I'm doing, which I'm practicing. So, and it's going around 2013. So from the winter time till the spring, summer, and everything. So I will show you some videos and speaking a little bit about especially what I'm doing. So about speed riding, about the World Cup Super Final in Colombia. I will speak about the Red Bull X Alps and about acrobatic flying. So let's see if I'm able to start. Okay, so okay. So the first thing, because I start, let's say, 2013 in January, so I would like to speak a little bit about speed riding. So it's the mix between skiing and flying. So if somebody of you is already doing or would like to try, it's the best tips which I can give you, it's not to think about paragliding because it's something completely different. And to start speed riding, actually, you don't need to have any skill about a glider, but the best thing is to be a good skier. Then it's everything much easier. Because when you start speed riding, you will take a quite big glider, let's say 15 square meter. So then it's important that you are able to ski, and the glider it's so easy that it will follow you. So I go to the next slide. About my story with speed riding, it started in 2009 when I started to work for Jim. And yes, before I'm skier, I do ski competition before. So I want always to do speed riding, but I was flying for a brand which didn't have a speed riding glider. So in 2009 I started with the speed riding, and because I was already quite a good skier, I started already with the 11 square meter. And then the next season I went for a 9, and then I got to the 8, and now I'm going always with the 8 square meter. Like I said before, for somebody which is going for the first time on speed riding, like a friend of mine, I always recommend between 15 and 13, but it's going really fast and the progress, so the best is maybe to have somebody which you can borrow a glider for 15 or 13. You go like 3-4 times and you improve really fast, and to be able to ski then you need something a little bit smaller, because when you have something big it's really hard to stay on the terrain and to be able to ski. So about this picture here, I will show you now the video. Well, here I was a little bit too close. Yeah, the best probably is to show you the video and then can speak about the video. So I was coming here like really close to the rock because I want after to make a loop, but then I was too close. And well, this is the place where I train normally, and it's a perfect place. It's close to my house because it gives me the chance of 1,000 meter vertical with just one cable car, so I can do 10 runs in almost 40 minutes, 3 hours, 4 hours. That was a roll, which is kind of looping, where you go a lot of the brake, and then the glider are very sensible, so you just need to bring a little bit your weight to the side and release one brake and you make this roll. And about this, at the beginning, to practice this, I practice without ski, and because the problem with the ski, it's possible to get twist, because I'm riding with 1.95 m, so it's quite easy at the beginning to get twist. So I learned it before without ski, and then I start to do in the winter. So in here you can see, well, when you start to be a bit good, then it's possible to stay really in steep phase till 50 degrees, and for sure you need kind of small glider. Here it's coming the place where I make this touching. There I have to cross to enter in this tube, and while in the end it's this tube where I have to fly, because then it's a cliff, and the other I was a little bit too close. But the glider was not that broken, so I could still fly. I have like some scratch on the last 3 cells, but it was okay. So I could ride 2 times more, and then I return my glider. And it's really important by speed riding. It's when you want to ski, it's not to brake with the brake of the glider, but to slow down always with the ski. So this is the only way how you can be on the ground. If you start to go too much on the brake, then you fly. Yeah, this, like I said before, it's the 8 square meter, and here I have like full trimmer open, so it's around 90 to 100 k's, something like this. And this was speed riding. Okay, so that was winter, and then I moved in South America for the World Cup Super Final. So the World Cup now has this system. There are 5 World Cup like qualification for the Super Final. Normally, in the rules, it's like the top 15 of each event are qualified for the Super Final, but in the end it's a little bit more. It's depend of the quality of the competition, but normally top 20, top 25 enter for the Super Final. And well, last year I didn't have such a good, in 2012 I didn't have such a good season. Somehow I didn't fly so well, and I just managed to qualify thanks to the European ranking system, which counts all the 3 European events. Otherwise I will be not in the Super Final, and thanks to this I was in the Super Final, which was in Colombia in end of February or end of January, I don't remember exactly. And anyway, there I have also another glider compared with the previous season. It was really a good glider, which helped me really a lot. And well, I started to fly PWC World Cup in 2009. It was the first year where they changed from the Tour to the Super Final, so I take part. My first World Cup was in Korea, and after that, that year I took part 3 more events, and I take part at the Super Final. And yeah, it was always my dream to try to win this event, and yeah, in Colombia it works. So I won the Super Final in Colombia, and it was many factors which I have to thank. Like for sure, the glider helped me a lot. And then thanks also to the X-Alps, I start to train really a lot in the last 2 years, and I think also a little bit my physical preparation helped me a lot. So the place, it was a place where it was for me easy to fly, in the sense that the thermal was quite strong and it was a lot of thermal almost everywhere. So, well, in the end I managed to win the super final, and well, it was super. So, then, yeah, back from the super final, I follow with my training for the Red Bull X-Alps, which start 7th of July this summer. And now with the next slide I will explain you the track, or the turning point, for maybe somebody don't know. We start 7th of July at 11:30 or 12, I don't remember, in Salzburg from Mozartplatz. And then the first turning point was Geisberg, which is a little bit bigger than a hill above Salzburg. Then the second turning point was Dachstein. Then it was Wilkogel, which is it was the mountain station of the cable car, actually, the turning point, and it's a turning point in the Pinzgau. Then we have Zugspitze, which is quite tricky turning point. We have exactly the peak of the Zugspitze. Then we have Solda, which was the turning point close to my house. It's like 50 km from Merano, where I'm living. Then it was the turning point of House of Kriegel, Interlaken. Then we have Matterhorn with 5.5 kilometer radius. Then it was Mont Blanc, where we have to pass north. Doesn't matter where you pass, you just need to pass north of the Mont Blanc. And then we had Saint-Hilaire takeoff, and then we have Monaco. So this was the start in Salzburg, and I have always a little bit to laugh about the start, because, well, it was for me so big adrenaline that when they start to count, it's a lot of people there, and they start to make the countdown, and like 9, 8, 7, and then when they announce the start, almost everybody there was screaming, me too, and we just start to run like the competition will be 1 kilometer. It was amazing. It was so much adrenaline, and everybody was running like hell, and I ran like 2 kilometers completely like faster as I can, and I checked my clock. I have like 3 minutes 30 per kilometer, which is quite fast, you know. And then I start to think, Aaron, it's 1,031 kilometers this competition, so maybe you can slow down. And actually, I follow to run a bit slower all the flat part, and I hike up, and then I got to the takeoff. And well, on the takeoff, the situation was, it was okay, but it was quite windy. So I arrived, I think, 4th or 5th, but I take off a little bit later. I left some pilot take off in front of me, because I want to see first how it's working the day, and I want also to eat. And so I eat before takeoff, because I didn't know when I can eat again, so I eat like good Italian, a little bit pasta, and then I take off. Actually, the day was pretty good. It was windy, but it was working quite well. And I was flying, let's say, good till up to now. Then I make a little bit mistake, but in the end I land where almost everybody land. But I did with my team a little bit of mistake, because we was thinking that it's not this day it's over. We was thinking now it's just about walking. So I start to run on the asphalt road, going to Dachstein. And well, then my supporter called me and said, no, it's flyable, everybody's going to the takeoff. So already from the beginning I started to be in a hurry, so search for a takeoff. And anyway, in the end of the day I was on the Adamek Hütte where everybody was. Kriegel took this night the night pass, which didn't bring him anything, but he took it because he was not sure that the day will be so good. And he wanted to be on the Adamek Hütte or on the Dachstein the first day. That's why he took the night pass the first day. So this is a picture of actually it's in the training day. And well, all in all, during flying it's very important to drink. This picture I choose it because it's funny, because I'm peeing and I drink it. But well, during the X-Alps it was incredible. It's really important to care about your food and drink. You have really, I was trying to drink as much as possible and to eat as much as possible, because you burn like 5-6 times more calorie than normally. So it's really hard to take this calorie or with the food. So it's already one hard thing of the X-Alps. It's be able to drink and eat enough. Then, well, this was in Innsbruck, I think, the second day, second day. And it was after 10:30. So the competition was from 5 in the morning till 10:30 in the night. And we have the chance to fly from 6 in the morning till 9 in the evening. And at 10:30 was mandatory rest time. That means that wherever you are, you have to stop. So for sure my supporter was trying to find the best place around 10:15, 10:20 to make the camp and to give me food. The next important thing, like you see, I have my feet on the water, because yeah, the feet are suffering a lot. I was walking and running during all the X-Alps 520 kilometers in 10 days. So I trained really a lot before, and actually you see I have also this tape on my feet. So I never had during the X-Alps blister because friction from the shoes or the socks. But my problem was that all my feet becomes bigger. So then I have 10 pair shoes with me, and all my shoes was too small. So in 2 years I will take 10 pair shoes, but different sizes. Half number more and 1 number more, because that was really the problem. One of the next picture I can show you, I have to cut my shoes to be able to use it. And this is about the instrument. It was, yeah, some instruments are mandatory from the competition. We had this life tracker. The life tracker device was provided by the Flymaster, and it was the one which I have on my cockpit. Then we had this one. It was the PEEPS Global Finder, which was backup life tracker. Then I have a Garmin for navigate myself on the trail, on the path, on the street, whatever. Then I have radio, because I try to be in connection with my supporter to have info, especially when I was flying. And normally I have also, this was on the Dachstein, so it was just a gliding down. I don't have in this picture, but normally I have also my instrument which I normally use, which is the Sea Pilot. And yeah, it's really a lot of stuff and it's really heavy. But my idea was to have as much as comfort as possible in the air, because the in the end, the difference you make in the air by flying. So I want to have my sea pilot because I'm used to it, and I want to have my radio because I want to have information during the flight. Not always was working because in the Alps are many valleys, so we didn't have always connection, but most of the time. And well, the Garmin was absolutely necessary because even if I, during the previous months of the X-Alps, I went all the route around, then during the competition you are most of the time in places where you never have been. So a GPS with maps, it's, in my opinion, you need it, you can't do without. And all this instrument has to be charged in the night. So my team was made from, for sure, me and then my girlfriend, Renata, and then another guy, Ondra. And Ondra was his job, he has many jobs, and one of them was exactly to charge all these things. And it's really important to have kind of system. Here it doesn't look like a system, but it was our system. So we make, just with tape, a plugger there, where we have all the necessary charger of each instrument, and like this we never forget to charge anything. So it works like we think. Here it's kind of funny picture, it's my supporter, and I took this picture because this was around the middle of the competition after 5 days or something, and maybe not everybody knows that this competition, it's extremely hard for the athletes, but it's extremely hard for the supporter too. So the athletes, or let's say I speak just for myself, just me, without my supporter I can't do anything, or I will never do the result which I did. So in the end it's really a team competition, and the glory, most of the glory is to the athletes, but the supporters are incredible important for this competition. And they are sleeping less than the athletes because, yeah, like I say, the competition starts at 5 in the morning, so I was sleeping normally till 4:30, but my supporter was waking up at 4. And when I arrive at 10:30 in the night, I normally eat and put my feet on the water, and then I went sleep around 11, but they have to collect everything, put everything in charge, so they have like at least 2 hours less sleep than me. So it's hard job to be supporter of the X-Alps, of an athlete of the X-Alps. This picture, it's in Interlaken, and I took this picture because it was the day after I took the night bus. So once during the competition you can take the night bus, that means that for 1 day you can go no stop if you want. And I took it because after my first day in Swiss, where I was second, I had really a bad day, and I was like in the morning second, and in the evening I was 10 or 11, something like this. And behind, really behind the second and the third. Kriegel was already much in front. And that's why we decided to take the night bus. The night bus you have to announce till 12 p.m. So in the morning you have to decide if you want to use it or not. So we decided to use it. The day for flying, it was, for me, it was not so easy. It was, before it was stable, and then it becomes, it was thin. So at the beginning I have 3 gliding, like my tactic was to hike like 500 meters and fly, then hike and fly and have long gliding. And then I get to a higher takeoff, I take off from there and I expect to fly long, but it was still too stable, so I make really a short fly, and then I went one more up 1,000 meters, and then it was thin. So then I fly like 40 k's with fun, and I was really happy when I land. And then when I land, I start to walk. And yeah, thanks to the night pass, I managed to get to a strategic position. I arrived there at 2:30 or something like this in the morning, and I was completely destroyed because I was already 5 or 6 days on the way, walking a lot, running a lot, flying a lot. Mentally, it was hard because I was not leading, or I was not in the first position anymore. But well, I managed that day to fly like really good. Actually, I fly from Andermatt to Interlaken, and from Interlaken to the Lötschen Pass, and there I catch up till the 6th place, something like this. And in this picture, Subitz explained me something about the next reach which I have to fly, but I was not understanding anything. He was just speaking, but I was there, and I was really tired. And after Interlaken turn point, you have to top land or to be there by feet. So I managed to get there by fly, and I top landed, and I take off again. I make a transition. I get to the reach leading to the Lötschen Pass, and there for the first time when I was riding the reach, I fall in sleep during the fly, and it's funny here, but not fun in the air. It's like really when you drive, or I don't know, it's happened to me by driving once, that you drive and the eyes close, and the same it's happened to me by flying. Like, not really nice. And the next days, I have this again 2 times, or at least 2 times. But the strange thing was that I have it not when I was flying straight, but in the thermal all the time. And once was exactly to Verbier. It was my longest fly of the X-Alps. I take off from Lötschen Pass and I fly Matterhorn, Mont Blanc, and I land almost to Saint-Hilaire. And there, exactly to Verbier, it happened that I went to a really nice mountain with sun, wind, everything. I expect really strong thermal, so I was focused and everything. I arrived there, I got the strong thermal, and after 2 or 3 turns, I fall in sleep. And then I wake up again, and I have to sing and scream. And for the next half an hour, I have all the time to sing and scream to be awake. So this is the picture what I was speaking about. So at least I didn't have really blister, but like I said, all my feet was getting really big, and especially the last 2 fingers. Yeah, that was really hard, painful. So in this picture you can see that here I start to cut the shoes, and so I have place on the side, and there it was okay. So with these, with these shoes, and I cut 2 shoes, I managed to get to Monaco. And well, this is the picture when I get to Monaco on the raft, or how it's calling. And well, now I have some video of the X-Alps, which made my supporter Ondra, and it's the story of our X-Alps. So it's like 5 or 6 video. This is the start on the Geisberg, and it was really amazing how many people was there. It's like almost football was there. And the next thing which I would like to say is that, yeah, this X-Alps, it's really popular, and all the way in Austria, when I was running, let's say, for example, in Innsbruck, was coming people by car or by bike, and they was bringing like a power bar or give you something to drink. It was really, really nice. in Austria it's really popular, and it was followed a lot by the people, even normal people which are not flying. It was a little bit wind actually. The pilot who launched after me was Ogi, and he landed in the tree. This is Ogi, which has small cravat, and yeah, the wind blowing to the tree. Yeah, this is something fun. This is the Canadian guys, and he take off always straight. And he's like 100 kilo, guys, really big. And yeah, whatever he take off like this. And once I asked him why, and he say he has power enough to take off like this. Yeah, here you can see on the window of my van we put a list of everything which has to be done. So Ondra and Renata has checklist, and everybody, or Renata and Ondra, have to check this list to don't forget everything. Because we saw in the training that it was really easy to forget, let's say, to charge something or to give me something which I need, so we decided to write everything, and people was going to this and checking. This is the second day when I land in Innsbruck, and somehow this video don't work much. And let's see. This is the next day of the third day, where I was in front of two options. One option was to sleep longer and hike up in the mountain above Innsbruck, and from there try to get to the Zugspitze. But we decide for running almost to the Zugspitze because it was the weather forecast. It was not really good, and I was really fit. I trained really a lot, so I prefer to run and to be really close to the Zugspitze. And in the end, many other pilots decide to take off in Innsbruck and get it. Most of them get to the Zugspitze, but not all. So in the end, I think it was a good idea. So this takeoff, it's like 15 kilometer air distance from the Zugspitze, and I was waiting because Coconea took off in front of mine, and he was not climbing. He was there and soar and soar and soar and stay at the same altitude, losing a little bit, hike a little bit, but it was not really working. But in the end, yeah, when I take off it was working, and after 20 minutes it was already thunderstorm. So I managed to land in the snow down the Zugspitze. Yeah, with before it was really strong rain and everything, and Coconea lands a little bit later me, and it was really on the edge, like it is often by the X-Alps. But one of the most crazy things which I have done on the X-Alps, it was the takeoff on the Zugspitze. On the Zugspitze, the takeoff was like a hill, 10 meter high of snow, where you can put your glider, and it was 3 guys of the Alpine Rescue holding the glider, and then it's getting almost straight down, and then it's the cliff. And it was raining, but I decided to open the glider, and it was clouds everywhere. So I wait that the clouds disappear, and when the clouds make a small hole, I tried to take off, but my glider was like 10 kilo heavy, and it was still raining, quite a lot. And the first time that I tried, I didn't manage to take off. I tried reverse, and when I turn, I slide, and luckily the guys of the Alpine Guide took me for the leg before I fall down. And it was really, really extreme, because it was also a little bit tailwind, just a little bit, but tailwind. And then the second time I managed to take off, and it was really crazy. I fly maybe 15 minutes down really strong rain. I was completely wet, but extremely happy that I don't have to go down all the way. This is the day after, when I was together with Clemens and Peter Gebhardt, and then Coconea joined us. And this day I did quite well, and I managed from the Austria to pass all the Italy in fly, and I land in the end in the Swiss. And the day after was my bad day.
Why are you wearing a belt around your body?
Yeah, this day I have a little bit back pain, so I wear it just that day, and before it becomes more, I wear it all day long, and the next day was okay. Here, during the X-Alps, my supporter Ondra come almost always with me for the first flight. Sometimes he managed to take cable car and get up by lift and just walk a little bit, but most of the time he was walking with me and carry most of my equipment which was not mandatory, which I have to carry. During the X-Alps, the athlete has to carry the glider, the helmet, the rescue, the harness, and the life tracker, the pips, and the mobile phone, and one stuff for emergency for shooting a flame. But all the rest, like I say, my radio, my C-pilot, second jacket, can bring the supporter. And that is also a reason why to be supporter it's really hard, because actually they are doing also part of the X-Alps. That's me, and down there it's Coconea. And this voice behind it's the helicopter of the Red Bull, which was turning above us. And here you can see that, I mean, it's normal, but maybe also it's something nice that my supporter, it was helping almost everybody who was up there. And it's happened to me the same with other supporters which helped me. So between the athletes and the supporter of other team, it was really good relation. So it was not a bad feeling between the teams. Here it's where I land down the pass. Here I'm already in the Swiss, and here it's happened, yeah, something. Like I land down this pass, and then I hike up, and it was 8:30, but it was still good for flying. So I decided to take off one more, but at 9 o'clock I have to be on the ground. So I was hoping to get out from the valley in front of me, but in the end it was like 10 minutes before 9. I was still in a place where it was just cliff and forest, no landing field at all. So in the end I have to fly a little bit back, and I land in a river like this in an island. So yeah, sometimes you have really to find spot where you never think you will land there, but yeah, it's sometimes really necessary. And if I will be not land till 9, I will get 12 or 24-hour penalty. So it was really important to land till 9 o'clock. Here was my bad day, where it was combination of many things, and you can see the wind there. It was firm. I broke my glider. It was really hard day. Till this day, my X-Alp was working quite easy, let's say. I was running a lot, flying a lot, taking always quite good decisions. And this day, everything went bad, and my mood was down my shoes. But yeah, I follow, and it was really really hard, not for my, because your body, it gets really tired and it's probably already finished much before. But when also your mind it's getting really down, it's hard to follow. But yeah, I follow, and this is the day after the night bus. From here I fly down to Andermatt, but this I was learning exactly during the X-Alps to try to not land in the valley, especially in the morning. I try always to have 1 or 2 flights with long gliding. We try to be always in east faces. And the next thing is that I try to land always a little bit higher, so that I don't have to go all the way up. But I try to land always like 400 or 500 meters above the valley. This was Interlaken, the turning point. Here he speaks, and like I say, I just don't understand anything. This is the day which I was telling before, where I fly from the beginning of Mattertal, which is the valley leading to Matterhorn, till almost Saint-Hilaire. I land like 20 km before Saint-Hilaire, and here it's the day where I fall in sleep during the thermal. So here I land, and what is funny, what happened to me in this flight, that I was so tired that already 50 kilometers before where actually I land, I was already almost landing, because I get low and I see a ski slope, and I have the high of the middle of the hill. And in my mind was just, okay, I have to land there. So I already put out my leg and prepared to land there. And then I have, like I said in the video, a little bit lift. And then I think, then I fly out, and I want still to land. And I was so tired that I didn't understand that I could thermaling there. And in the end, I try once more to land, and I didn't manage because the thermal was strong, and then I thermal and I fly 50 km more. So I'd like to understand how tired you can be. This is the takeoff in Saint-Hilaire. This it's also some. I have a story about this part here, because when we stopped the day before, in the evening, it was come a pilot to us, very gentle, and he gave us some advices, and we asked about this reach, how is it? And he say, it's easy there, it can go everybody. And for me, it's not that big problem, but my supporter, it was a little bit in stress there. And that's to say that many people during the X-Alps come to you and want to help you, but sometimes it's better just to follow your idea and your plan, and to check your own the route, because sometimes people speak about takeoff, which should be super and it's not, or about easy things which in the end are not so easy, and yeah.
Did you support the fly down as well?
Huh?
Did you support the fly down as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, lucky you had it.
He has Yeti. I fly always with Yeti. So this, after this takeoff, I fly to the valley leading to Monaco, and yeah, there it was incredible shit again. It was thunderstorm very big in Italy, and I have a big thunderstorm cells on my west side, which then connect everything, and it was big thunderstorm everywhere. So I land like a 2,200 meter, and there I was flying like yeah, a lot back, like 20 k's behind, and in the end I managed to crash somehow on the mountain, and then yeah. Then I wait there the night, and then, or at least 8:30, then the thunderstorm was over. I managed to fly down, and then from there I run till 10:30. The next day I run, I go on the takeoff. And from there I land 25 k's to Monaco, which in the end was kind of 60 k's to run. And we didn't choose a good trail, so it was 60 Ks with 2,000 meter up and 2,000 meter down, all in all. And in all these, which was already very bad, I also lose my Flymaster, the life tracker, because I was so focused to run and get to Monaco till 10:30 that when I met my supporter, I didn't want to stop. I follow it instead of running to walk, and they opened my backpack to take me out a wind jacket because it was raining before, and well, somehow they didn't close well. So I was running like hell up and down this hill which are before Monaco, and once I hear boom, so I turn and I see my helmet, so I think, okay, fuck off the helmet. I put my helmet inside and then I think, oh, let's see if I have everything. So then I open my backpack and I was missing my Flymaster, so the life tracker. So without this I can't go anywhere. So then I was a little bit angry on my supporter. At least if I will have it in front of me, I will kill them. And then I call before my supporter, which give me the coordinates where I should be. So I put these in my GPS Garmin, and I went to search my Flymaster. And then this coordinate was not the last one. So I called then the organization, and I got the last point where I should be. And with this coordinate I search, and yeah, this hill is before the sea, so it's small bushes everywhere. So I have to search, 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 and in the end I find my Flymaster. I put it in the backpack, I close it properly, and I can follow, run, and I manage at 10 something, 10:05 in the night to get to the takeoff, which is the end of the X-Alps. Then flying down, it's like the show, but the competition ends in Pellier, which is the takeoff. So that was my X-Alps.